television. The only system you...
The world will never be the same again. In television. Odyssey, a new dimension.
Really? Only from Pets.
Graphic 16 from NEC.
4,000 games console.
Astrocade, the professor exceeded. And below.
326. Now get up to...
CDI starting at $2.99.
The Child Video Entertainment System. from Patterson.
Graphic 16 from NEC.
4,000 games console.
Astrocade, the professor exceeded and alone.
R26. Now get up to
CDI starting at $2.99.
Child video entertainment system.
Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Some people can play the same video game for years. Well, you won't find that here. We have to play them all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the beginning of July 1982. And we last played The Crypts of Plumbus on our Atari home computer. Let's see what is next. It's time to check out what's new on the Commodore VIC-20, and this is Damn Bomber. That Damn Bomber, I'm going to probably say that joke the entire time. Let's take a look at the artwork for Damn Bomber. This is the latest catalog by HES, or Human Engineered Software, or what you see at the front. Your VIC-20 never had it so good. If we flip it open to the page where it shows all their software, there's the proof these actually existed. There's the cassette tapes on the side. Damn Bomber is near the bottom. Pilot your plane, avoiding enemy fire if you can. You must carefully time your bombs to destroy the dam and release the floodwaters. And I think we have a screenshot, and that's pretty much all the artwork. So let's pop it and play Damn Bomber by Gunter Koch. Published by Human Engineered Software, or HES, at the beginning of July 1982. They all look like blank tapes there, right? All right, we're going to fast forward because we are not giving you the full 1982 loading experience. We want to get in the game now. All right, so we do one instruction. Yes. How do we play this, Gunter? Use joystick, so we can use our Commodore VIC-20 joystick. Steer the airplane up or down, press the fire button to drop a bomb. Only if you knock out a full section or 2 bricks will you score. Use the cursor to move up and down the screen and center the screen. Got it. If you have 4 airplanes, you can break as many dams as you have 4 lives, basically, to break as many dams as you can. Do you want to center the screen? Oh, I love it when they ask us this. This game, whenever it has an explosion, it actually moves the screen around. So I'm just going to say no, don't move the screen at all. And they're going to set up our character, but we're not going to wait that long. I have, again, loaded so we can get in the game right now. Now we're playing Damn Bomber. Wow, it is a Blitz variant, but not a very good one. It immediately throws us in the action, and you have one turret that is, oh, it's relentless. But notice whenever the plane explodes, it totally shifts the screen off to the side. It is not uncommon. We've seen this on a Commodore VIC-20, but pretty cool effect. It's almost like it's going to be shifting itself off so we can't even see anything. Oh, we can't even blow up the turret, though. It's only the bricks that can be destroyed. Control, though, is very, very sloppy. We've seen better ones, especially from tile-based program games on the Commodore VIC-20 that are a little bit smoother than this one, but all I have is movement up and down. But wow, yeah, it's very unfair. Look, it's even cutting off the side. It's shifted completely over to the left side of the screen. Do we want to try again? Yes. Just for a little bit. Yeah, the Commodore systems I wasn't as familiar with. I was more of an Atari home computer guy and an IBM PC guy. It's been a blast getting used to them, learning how they load and the quirkiness. But the Commodore VIC-20 is probably the most inconsistently loading of any games we've seen on any of the home computers so far. It's the only computer that will sometimes load games correctly and then sometimes not load games correctly. So here's our last life. Do we actually get to bomb through? Look how fast the turret is firing. Now, even there, it is really, really difficult. We're professional gamers here, and if we can't play Damn Bomber, man, that Damn Bomber. Yeah, as far as Blitz variants go, it's not even the best variant of Blitz. We played some other ones specifically by Jeff Mentor that were better. So I'm going to say it is a bad game. It's not broken, but it's down there with the low end of the bad. I'm going to go 1.5 stars based on all the home computers you can play up to this point. Yes, Shatner did steer us wrong. I'm with you, Manly, on that. Oh, yeah, the collision, yeah, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it looked like the bullets did hit me, but then sometimes they didn't hit me at all. Sorry, Human Engineered Software. Maybe it's not even engineered by humans. We're not sure. Let's see what our next game is after Damn Bomber. After this commercial break.
Well, a little demon and diamond.
Okay, let's play Demons to Diamonds.
Huh?
Demons to Diamonds
was
is
a
an
stretch.
Atari video game cartridge you have to buy separately to play on the Atari video computer system. Your parents hook it up to the TV.
Those are supposed to be the demons that turn to diamonds when you hit them with your laser. I've got all the diamonds.
Now you can put these.
What in the
This is
world?
the Atari video computer system. Demons to Diamonds and other video game cartridges are each sold separately.
I don't think I can make any more confused faces. This is the most asinine idea and the most asinine commercial I've ever seen. Is this the moment where Atari has totally lost their marbles and went insane? The game's called Demons to Diamonds. That's the first thing. But then the commercial, this is really how you're going to market it? It makes no sense. They call the little girl a demon? No, it's just bizarre as hell. Let's see Demons to Diamonds on the Atari VCS, starting with the box. This one is a reconstructed one, just so we can flip it around and see the coolness of it. We have some of the artwork on front. Really doesn't tell you anything, but it is one to note. This is the very first video game that has the guts to use the word demon in the title. There is no other video game that has the word demon right here on the front of the box. Most likely didn't sell well in North America, I'm guessing. Let's flip it over to the back. You are in the demon shooting gallery, and the demons are keeping score. In front of you, little squad demons sidle back and forth. Hit only the demons in your color to turn it to a white diamond, but watch where you fire your laser. Hit a demon of the other color, and it will have its revenge. This uses paddle controls for the Atari VCS. Oh, that's true. We are going to see even crazier Atari commercials coming up, but we already know they're already starting to go downhill, just a little bit, slightly. This would be one of the first games that is on top of all the other shovelware, but there's got to be something going on at Atari. This is messed up. I hope not. All right, so let's see what other artwork we have for Demons to Diamonds. Here's a true scan of the front of the box. The artwork still doesn't really tell anything. It does tell you're going to shoot stuff, so maybe we're going to shoot some demons. But it's not the bad demons. It's the good demons. That's how you sell it to your parents in the store. And we also have some other different boxes we can see. There's the cartridge we're going to pop into play, Demons to Diamonds, along with the one you would have seen in Europe or on the Sears telegame system. So let's take a look at the manual for Demons to Diamonds. I am floored. I don't know if anyone's seen the Angry Video Game Nerd talking about this game whenever he used to play with Mike. He was raring about it. It's just so cool. It is cool that this exists, but this is just so bizarre. You and your best friend are spending a super Saturday at the Cosmic Carnival. So far, you've done all the usual things. Now you're restlessly looking around for a new thrill, something exciting and different, something competitive. Suddenly, you hear a taunting voice coming from the vicinity of the target skill gallery. Whoa, let's see what that's about, you say as you make a sharp left and jog in the direction of the high-pitched speech. The nonstop voice belongs to a squat, 2-foot-tall demon parading back and forth in front of a huge vertical shooting range. I really don't even want to go for it. We didn't read the entire description of Super Breakout, but this one is even more asinine. First of all, you wouldn't see this manual. You'd be only reading the back of the box and seeing the front. What would drive you in 1982 to buy a game called Demons to Diamonds? Would it be just curiosity? Like, what the hell is this? Let's buy it for fun. But then when you open the box, are you really going to read the lore of where the demons come from? That you're at a carnival? Oh, man. It's ridiculous. Hey, you, squeaks the demon, pointing at you. Would you like to command a laser base to hit targets and score points? Are you looking for fun, excitement? So you meet a demon at a fairground, and the demon's going to be having you destroy other demons in your laser sharp shooting skills. Okay, so they make it so that you're at a carnival or something. Your objective in Demons to Diamonds is to score as many points as possible. Haven't heard that one before. While losing as few lives as possible. You start the game with 5. 4 of them are displayed on the side of the screen. They look like white rectangles as shown in Figure 1 with a screenshot. Use the paddle controller to move your laser back and forth across the top of the playfield. Press the red button to fire at demons. The longer you hold in the red button, the further your laser will extend up or down the screen. That mechanic, I've only think we've seen one other time on the show, so it is a fresh idea. The laser disappears when it hits a demon's if it hits a demon, a skull, or any other object on the screen. Hit demons the same color as your laser base to score points. Demons will first appear in the middle of 2 rows. I can't believe I'm actually reading this. I'm getting choked up in my words just because explaining what Demons to Diamonds is feels like I'm going to be going to a mental institution anytime soon. Let's look at some of the artwork. There it is. Some kids playing. Again, who are they marketing this for? Is this marketed to kids, that they want the kids to play with the demons? Oh man, Atari, you guys are insane. All right, so skulls appear after a while. It shows the typical Demons to Diamonds gameplay field. And there's the screenshot just to help you understand more about what the game is. The demons are going to move back and forth across the screen. They change color when they bump into the wall. You can also move up and down the screen into new rows when they hit the side walls. So it's essentially just a shooter game. You have a laser that you can adjust the length of, but you're just going to go left, right, and fire. The screen flashes briefly to signal the end of one wave and the start of another. At first, the demons move slowly and the skulls are stationary. As the game progresses, the demons pick up speed and the skulls move about. By the 5th wave and the 2-player versions, immediately in 1-player games, the skulls spontaneously appear. At first, the skulls don't move, and then they do move, making it hard. So it's really not that impressive as far as what they're giving you in gameplay. Yes, and that's true. This is during the Satanic Panic. Why would you make a game? Oh man, when the skull bullet hits you, you'll know a deep re-echoing doom bong sounds, and everything on the screen momentarily stops. In 2-player games, you score bonus points for lives that remain after your opponent has lost all their lives. A high bell-like sound rings, nice. This does use paddle control, so you got that fine-tuned paddle dexterity to play demons to diamonds. And then it shows the console, and then the TV type on a color TV, it'll appear in color. Okay, so we've only seen one game on the Atari VCS that uses that color black and white switch for something in the game, but this does not. If only we had our black and white TV back then. Oh, that's true. Satan's Hollow was. We haven't even seen Satan's Hollow yet. It's not even out yet. Demons to Diamonds contains 6 game variations. 1 and 3 are standard. 4 and 6 are easier for the kids. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Atari. 1-player Demons to Diamonds game has fire bullets at normal speed. 2-player version, except your opponent... Okay, so 2-player is not at the same time. I think this one is... Yeah, I think it's alternate play. So you don't get to play 2 demons at the same time. I'll confer that when we get in there. We got some more artwork of shooting those demons down. It's not the bad ones, though. Remember, it's the cute ones. Look, I mean, those are adorable. And you get the points for diamonds. Bonus points, got to know what the points are in 1982, and as usual, Atari gives us helpful hints. Create skulls as far as possible from your laser base. It was really adorable seeing the little girl in the commercial explain, you just shoot the demons and you get diamonds. It's so cool. No, it's not. Atari, this is wrong. This is the beginning of the video game crash, right here. This is part of the reason we had problems. If it wasn't for Apollo and some of the other third-party developers out there, this is another one. This is straight from Atari. The problem is right here. Take care when firing in the center of the screen. This is where demons first appear, and they can inadvertently hit an opponent while aiming at your own color. So there's our game select matrix. I really love when Atari does the game select matrix. It lets you know how to play it. So we'll do a little of everything here on Chronologically Gaming. The other versions that are out there, there's also one in the UK. There's also one by CCE, and then we also have, just for fun, a hack that's making it like Phoenix. Let's pop it and play Demons to Diamonds by Nick Turner and Alan J. Murphy of Atari, published by Atari in the beginning of July 1982. Oh man. Now, as usual, nothing really happens. I can actually move, yeah, there you go, the paddle control works, but nothing happens till you decide what game you want, and I can switch through my game select there, 6 different variations. Let's go with the first one and reset. We're in. Get my diamond, yes. So I'm currently red, so if I shoot a demon that is red, then another diamond appears. You saw it very fast. Every time you shoot a red demon, you get a diamond that flies across the screen. Where is it? There it is. But if you shoot the wrong color, like purple, then a skull will appear. So far, we're doing good. Diamonds are all over the place. There's a skull that showed up at the top. The skull goddess. That's an awesome echo sound, though. I dig that. So as a fixed shooter, though, it's all right. The concept, premise, story is all crazy, but as far as it playing as a game, I mean, it works pretty good. I'd say it's pretty typical. Very good affair. The idea of the color is almost like we played Color Chameleon on the Coco, but not the same, because that was more of a kaboom, having to pick up the color that you're currently at. This one is the shooter, where you have to shoot the correct one. See, I'm going to avoid all those purples. I got to have red. Nope, missed it. Oh, so now I got 2 skulls going on. But you can destroy... Darn, at a certain time, you can't do it. Alright, so too many skulls. They eventually will go away after enough shots. Get one more diamond there. Rack up the high score. So there you go. As far as the differences between the other games we've seen so far, we can use the red button on our VCS joystick to determine how far the laser is going to go, and then we have to shoot the correct color. So that's the only two things it kind of has going for it, but we've seen similar things in maybe 1 or 2 games. It's been very, very little. So it is slightly original, but it's still just a left, right, and shoot affair. Let's try out one of the other game modes. They said game mode 3. Let's see the 2-player mode. Yeah, that's what I thought. There is no 2-player simultaneous. That one in my book bumps it up a notch if you and your friend can play simultaneously, but here on Demons to Diamonds, you cannot. It is just one alternate playtime. You can steal some of the lives like it explained in the manual. Yeah, it's running as fast. This is the speed it usually is. And if you look at the bottom, see how the paddle control, I'm moving quickly because you can determine that with the paddle controls. Yeah, the shots are coming in a lot faster. Errol's going, yeah, it'll get old quickly. Yeah, because it's essentially just a shooter game. All right, so let's go to a different one. Let's try, they said game mode 4 was for the easy mode. They didn't put the little symbol that Atari does for kids, though, in the box. Like, this game is made with kid modes in mind. They got a kid to advertise this game. That blows my mind still. All right, going through all your ratings now of all the home console games that you could play out there. What would you give Demons to Diamonds? Is it just an average game? Is this an above average game? Is this a bad game, considering all the other games you could play on a home console? Or is this something that is like broken or terrible? I would never go near this is one of the best games you could play on a home console in the 5-star range, but I still say Demons to Diamonds is around average for everything else we've seen up to this point. The fixed shooter, like moving left, right, and fire, is still not, it hasn't lost its luster yet. It's still all right. I'm seeing Errol thrown out 2 there. Yeah, this is definitely going to be in the bargain bins later. Not as bad as some of the other third-party releases, but you can tell that this doesn't have the same quality as some of the other Activision games we've seen. 2.5 for the box art. I'm with you. Yep. Yeah, 1982. Yeah, because of everything we've seen to this point, I'm going to go perfectly. This is average for as far as gameplay-wise. 3 stars for everything you play on a home console. That is Demons to Diamonds. Man, could we say this is where the beginning of the video game crash starts right here because Atari has jumped off the bandwagon? Maybe. Now let's see what's happening next. Moving on to our next game on MS-DOS or PC Booter, MS-DOS compatibles, IBM PC. This is Desert, just Desert. This one has no box or any other artwork. All we have is a screenshot, and we're just going to pop in and play some Desert on MS-DOS. This is published by International PC Owners, the beginning of July 1982. Oh, there we go. I got another 3 out there. All right, all business here on IBM. If you tuned in for the Zork 2 episode and you complained that the MS-DOS version of Zork was in VGA, this is the way it should have looked. So the Zork 2 back in 1982 would have looked like this text that you see right here. I was playing on a slightly later one, but I want to be able to showcase Zork. I just want to be able to play it so that you could see as much as possible on the screen. But here we go. Let's play some Desert. Hit any key to continue. Enter your last name. Chrono is here. Would you like instructions? Yes. What is Desert? Got to do capitals. Welcome to Desert. The object is to travel 40 miles across the Great Gobi Desert. A tribe of knocked-kneed pygmies will be chasing you. You'll be asked for commands every so often, like these. Drink from your canteen. Ahead at moderate speed. Ahead at full speed. Stop for the night. Status check. Or hope for help. So those are the commands you'll be using. You only have 1 quart of water, which will last you 6 drinks. You can renew your water supply completely at an oasis. You get half a quart if found by help. If help does not find you after command 6, you lose. Be wary of command number 3. Use it only when your camel is fresh and rested. Good luck and good cameling. Press any key to continue. You're in the middle of the desert at an oasis. We've traveled no miles altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the very, very first survival games where you are meant to use, your thirst. I don't think they have hunger in place. It's just thirst because we're in the desert. But it is like a wilderness survival game. There's only one other one that I know of that's available, and that was on mainframe, and we're not playing mainframe. But this is our very first and one of the very first that is incorporating elements where you need to make sure you drink the right way. It is a terrible idea, though, because it's so devastating. What are you going to do? Play a game in the desert? Whenever we play the adventure games, we don't want to go in the desert. We want to get out of the desert. Here's a game where the entire thing is in the desert and surviving. No, this is not like Oregon Trail. This is so boring because it's all text and it's only menu-based. And notice it says, what is your command, Camelier Chrono? You have to know or write down what commands you just saw on the instructions. It doesn't have a display and you put the numbers in. All right, so what do we want to do? We're in the middle of the desert at an oasis. Let's go ahead and drink. We'll do that. Better watch for an oasis. What is your command? Okay, let's go ahead and move forward at a moderate speed. So you've arrived at an oasis. Your camel is filling your canteen and eating figs. Your camel likes this place. We've traveled 3 miles altogether. So we can keep doing number 2, moving forward at a moderate speed. Your camel has hurt his hump. Luckily, the pygmies were foot weary. Your camel likes this place. Now we've traveled 11 miles altogether. So essentially, all you're doing is making decisions based on those commands you saw in the instructions, and that's it. How far can you get in the desert? Yes, it is not like that. That's true. This is the very first game where we're a camelier. Camelier. That's correct. So we're hurt their hump. Let's go ahead and move forward at a moderate speed again. We've arrived at an oasis. We're getting really lucky. This is all dice rolls too, by the way. It's all random number generator. Your camel's filling your canteen and eating figs. Your camel likes this place. The pygmies are at 9.5 miles behind you. We traveled 17 miles altogether. Okay, so we got a canteen. Let's go ahead and take another drink. Better watch for an oasis. What's your command? Let's move forward faster. So I'm going to do command 3. You dirty rapscallion. You ran your poor camel to death. You died in the desert. People with little intelligence should stay out of the desert. Oh, now they're insulting us. I actually enjoy games that do that. Very, very quirky. Want a new camel and a new game. So we've already died, and now we can play a new one. Yes, we want to play a new game. Okay, good luck and good cameling. And we begin back at the beginning. What command do we want? Let's go ahead and move moderate speed. We've arrived at an oasis. The camel's filling up. The camel likes this place. We've only traveled 1 mile. Let's do it again. Moderate speed, nice and easy. Your camel hurt the hump. Luckily, the pygmies were foot weary. Let's move forward moderately. You dirty rapscallion. You ran your poor camel to death. And we've died again. That easy. And a sheik uses our skull for a change purse. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's do a new camel, new game. Good luck. I think we're going to need a lot of luck. All right, so let's just move forward at a really fast pace. Yeah, that's true. How is the camel filling the canteen? Is the canteen the hump? I'm not sure. Your camel is burning across the desert sands. We traveled 0 miles. What? Why did we travel 0? Let's try moderate speed. Wild Berbers hidden in the sand have captured you. Luckily, the local sheik has agreed to their ransom demands, but watch out for the pygmies. You have a new choice of subcommands. We can attempt to escape or wait for payment. All right, so let's try attempt to escape. Congratulations, you escaped successfully. Again, it's all luck. You traveled 0 miles altogether. What's your command? Let's take a drink. Better watch for an oasis. Let's go forward at a fast speed. You dirty rapscallion. We ran our poor camel to death. So there you go. That is how you play Desert. It is a menu-based game. It is the very first survival wilderness game we've ever played. It is a very devastatingly depressing game playing in the desert. Do we want to play a new game? Let's say no. Chicken! Aw, see, that's quirky. We said no, we don't want to play, and we are out of here. Very nice touch. Well, there you go. For all the games you can play on a home computer, Desert is the kind of game that is the first of its kind, and it doesn't go right off the marks the way you'd expect. It's random. It's not as fun. It's difficult to explain to someone else. Like, would you find enjoyment in this? What's funny is we now have games that are this way, but back in 1982, this would have been not very fun to play. That's true. It does not. Oh, a type-in, really? Okay. Oh, the actual name Desert was the type-in? Because I know there was another one that someone did, but we haven't played every single type-in here on the show. All right, so as far as Desert, though, I wouldn't call it... I definitely call this one bad, considering the other games you could play. I'm going to go in between the broken and the bad range, because this game relies on so much luck. I'm going to go 1 star for Desert. Of all the games you could play, there's a lot more out there on the home computer that are much more enjoyable. All right, so after a taste of MS-DOS, let's see what's next. It's time to go to Japan in the arcade. This is Dockman. Let's take a look at the artwork for Dockman. Not too much here. All we have is the controls. This is on an 8-way joystick with just one button to catch and throw. The reason why we're going to Japan is this is the first release by Taito. Some sources say that Dockman came out a little before July. We're going to stick with this based on what I've seen for a few different sources. But Dockman is going to be re-released later as Portman. So if Portman sounds familiar, we will be seeing that one later. Let's go to the arcade and play Dockman by Taito in the beginning of July 1982. There we go. Yeah, I have heard of the one called Camel. I don't know if it's exactly the same, though. Here we go. Let's put some coins in. Or let's check out the attract mode first. So here is Dockman. It is Taito doing an attempt of trying to be kind of like Donkey Kong. Let's put some ladders in there. Let's change the view to the side view and have a character that looks like a human being move around. But this one's totally different. There's no jumping. There's really no platforming. But you can see it has different modes. After you finish one mode, it has this kind of bonus mode that looks almost like a shooting gallery that you play at a carnival. Let's put some coins in. How much yen do we have? Just enough. Okay, we're in. So as you move left and right, you can go up the stairs. It's a similar control scheme to what we're going to see later with Donkey Kong 3, but this is the first to be like this, moving up the stairs. The packages that come at the top, you got to catch them with the only button you have. I missed that one. And after you catch them, I missed that one too. Am I supposed to hold it down? Let's hold it. No, you got to time it. I thought you could just hold the button when it passes by. There you go. You got to time it. And then catch, and oh, that monkey's in the way. Is that a monkey in a uniform? So whenever you toss it up, you have to aim it correctly to land in the spot. If you don't, you can see the supplies miss. Let's try this one again. And up and go. There we go, nice. When you match all of them, you go to the next round. So Taito has done something unique and different. Similar view as Donkey Kong. Oh, the triple one. Let's see if we can get that one right there. Yes, so even if the monkey's in the way, it still counts. Nice touch. Nope, missed that one. So really quaint idea for a platformer. Plays differently and acts differently than other ones we've seen. It's a fresh take on what pretty much Donkey Kong has started. I can see the higher-ups at Taito were like, oh my gosh, this company, Nintendo, we gotta do something quick. Put something out there. And as you get further, we have a few carts that are rolling by that are in the way, and I can also throw from the bottom. Let's see if I can time this one. Right there. Yes! Oh, we knocked him off. Awesome. Time that one. I can't think of any other ports or home versions of this game. What you're seeing here, and also what we're going to see later as Portman, I think it was only in the arcades. Anybody remember playing this one when it was known as Portman? Oh, see, the rocks got us. It was that monkey. Oh, you're going to call this one even worse. Well, considering all the games we played on the arcade, this is all right. Having to time packages to throw at the top, this is still pretty fun. Okay, we got another one connected. Looks like the monkey's gone. I just need one package. Give me the last one. I got to avoid these carts here. Oh, we didn't make it. Did we not? If you don't complete it by the time all the packages fall down, it is game over. All right, we got some more credits in there. Let's go. That's true. Putting the kids to work in the arcade, that's what Taito wanted to do. Teaching them how to dock and undock ships. Just gonna need to avoid the rock. There we go. Missed that one. So I guess the more ones that you miss throwing is gonna be a problem later on. I've never seen or played this one or Portman in the arcade. This is the very first time checking out Dockman. Yeah, elevators would have been a nice touch. The only other game with elevators we've seen, well, one of them was by Gary Kitchen, the very first video game he ever did. I got it off the bounce. That's cool. All right, let's go on this side. Eventually, these are going to be all the rage. Manual labor video games. And if you complete a whole row, then the monkey gets the shaft. He's out of the way, so now I can finally not have to worry about rocks falling on my head. There we go. That should be it. Okay, this is it. Just got to get the timing right. And we go on to the bonus round. It all relies on this throw. No! All right, let's try another one. I haven't confirmed if you can do one package, or if you throw something that's a larger package, if it'll work or not. I'm curious to know if this wasn't ported because it's just too bizarre and a weird idea, and it didn't do well in the arcades. No! We're getting close to the end. Gotta find another one. There it is. You have different levels to move between. The three different ones make it a little bit of variation. Go, get it! Yes! Maybe it's just a hairy guy. It's not a monkey. Yeah, it's just a hairy guy. He gets kicked overboard by his wife. Nice touch. Okay, so this is the shooting gallery area of the game. All I'm supposed to do is knock over the dynamite, I believe, right? Before I get to the end. No! It reminds me of going to a carnival. As far as the only screens, though, what you've seen here, these two screens is it. That's all you get for Dockman. I know, it makes sense now, but back then it wouldn't have made sense, so I can see why this wasn't a big thrill. Because there were people that were working at a dock, and they would be insulted to go to the arcade and play this. Turn this into entertainment. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Alright, so of all the games you could play on a home, all the games you could play in the arcade at the time, this is the first release in Japan. We're going to see the second one in the United States, or it was released in other regions. As far as other arcade games go, this is actually pretty average. I wouldn't say this is something in the arcade that you would be pushing bigger or smaller than average. It's not a bad game. It's actually all right to play and fun, but it is a little, it feels slightly laborious, and I know that's the idea because you're Dockman. I see Punk Rock Bikers going 2.5 stars, and I can understand that we play way better in the arcade. This is the golden age of arcade games, and so you need something really impressive to push it higher than that, and Taito's done better too. But I'll still say 3 stars. It's not a bad affair. It does all right. Oh, that's true. Yes, we will see that one soon. All right, after Dockman, let's see what's happening next. We're here on the Apple II. We have a quick commercial break.
Master has placed you in a dreadfully
The
precarious
Dungeon Master.
position. You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created. Your skin grows cold from your first glimpse at the enormous beast. It's a product of your imagination. Survival depends on a quick, decisive move. Your choices are limited. Stand and fight, or run. Use your lightning bolt.
Oh my gosh.
Victory is yours. Win the treasure. TSR Hobbies. Dungeons and Dragons games. Products of your imagination.
That's right. It has some subliminal messaging in that one. That was TSR, which does board games. This is a board game adaptation of Dungeon, now turned into a computer game. Let's take a look at Dungeon, starting with the box. So board game to video game not usually translates well. Let's see how well they do it with TSR. And they say it's high resolution, computer version of the world famous Dungeon board game. Dungeon, the board game was 1975, I believe, and it was meant to be a pseudo Dungeons & Dragons or a slimmed down Dungeons & Dragons, but it wasn't really Dungeons & Dragons. So I don't think we're going to be playing really Dungeons & Dragons here. Yes, but yeah, you can see how they sold it in the commercial. You're playing D&D, but it wasn't really the same. So on the back of the box, we can see a few screenshots. Ooh, nice view. I want to see how you fight the enemies. That looks like behind the view role-playing. Creeping through the dark dungeon corridor, you stop in front of a heavy banded door. Something is moving the room beyond. You brace yourself for the worst and prepare to throw the door open. Anything can be hiding in the shadows of the dungeon. Dungeon computer game is a high-res version of the world-famous Dungeon board game. World famous? Did anyone else play this one? From 1 to 8 players compete against each other and challenge the evil monsters lurking in this colorful game. Players move from room to room and level to level in search of treasure. A separate screen shows the action as heroes and wizards battle terrifying monsters and greedy villains. Can you survive the horrors of the dungeon? And this is 1 to 8 players. That's pretty impressive. I don't think I had that one written down. I'm going to make a note because I think it only said 4 players on the sources I looked up. Let's see the other artwork we have for Dungeon. Besides the box, there's the 5 1/4 floppy disk we're going to plop in. This is by TSR Hobbies, which is kind of interesting. If it was developed by them, they usually do board games, so that means they hired their own company development team for this. That's pretty cool. And there's the front of the box if you had the board game for Dungeon. Really cool. Obviously getting Dungeons & Dragons vibes. Oh, yeah, so if it was there, we had to have seen it everywhere. That commercial was from North America. Very cool. All right, let's take a look at the manual for Dungeon, the computer adventure game. Or it's role-playing. We're doing role-playing here. Design and programming was Bruce Nesmith and Keith Ing. Way to go, Bruce and Keith. And then the graphics were Steven Sullivan. The cover, there you go. I love when they give all the credits. Usually if we have a game done by a team, I don't credit the entire team. I just say whatever development team it is. But this is TSR, or people that got to work for TSR. Over here, it shows us how to load the game and start the game. It's going to ask how many players are going to play, and then you put in all the players' names. You type the character you want to play. A player can be an elf, hero, superhero, or a wizard. Wait, what? The classes are hero and superhero? The list below shows each character's advantage and amount of treasure that the character needs to win. Elves and heroes are not as powerful as superheroes and wizards, so they need less treasure to win the game. I guess that makes sense. Oh, so really this is the one of the first or the beginning of them making only computer video games. Very interesting. No more than 2 players can have the same type of character in a game. For example, if the first 2 players decide to be superheroes, all their oh, so it is only 4 players. There's only 4 classes. Everyone can only be 1 class, so it's only a 4-player game. Wizards can use magical spells too. Other characters carry swords. Wizards have their staff and magical spells. It asks them how many they can have. 12 different spells. Okay, but not 12 different kinds of spells. It's how many times you can use a certain spell. They have lightning bolts, fireballs, and teleport. And that's it. So there's just 3 types of spells you can use 12 different times. They can use the teleport spell to teleport to a chamber on the next level or the next room up. And then the dungeon computer map is what's next. It's divided into 6 different levels. Now, when I first played this, I thought it was a rogue-like video game, but it is not. It is the same map, same 6 levels every single time you play. It looks that way. When you boot it up, you think, oh, it's like Rogue, but no, it's not a rogue-like. So you start at level 1. Monsters in the upper levels are weak and easy to defeat, but the treasures are small. Adventurers that move to deeper ones will find bigger treasures. They have to fight more dangerous monsters. The 6 dungeon levels are identified by color and a level number that appears in the corner of the screen. Levels 3, 4, and 5 are split into 2 halves. The yellow squares are corridors through the dungeon. Large areas are chambers. Color-coded areas are rooms and doors that are dark brown lines showing the entrances of rooms. How you move around the room is a little interesting. They have U, D, R, L, and S, or up, down, right, left, and stop. This is a turn-based game like most role-playing games, but very bizarre controls. So it's all keyboard, no joystick we need to plug into our Apple II. There's exceptions for the rules. You can't move through walls. You have to stop moving when you enter a chamber or room that contains a monster, because you got to fight them. You can't end your turn in the same space as another player. Players that are caught in traps or attacked by monsters will sometimes lose turns. The computer keeps track of lost turns automatically. And there's also doors and secret doors. They can move through a door if they have at least 1 movement left in their turn. So you have a certain number of moves too. And then nobody knows where secret doors are. They just happen to show up. Looks like an elf has 66% chance of finding a secret door, and other characters only have 33% chance because elves, I guess. And then it shows you how to fight monsters. When you enter a room or a chamber that a monster is there, you must fight will appear on the screen. And a series of numbers in the lower left corner tells you how strong the monster is. The numbers show the total must be rolled on 2 6-sided dice to defeat the monster. Very much like D&D. Well, not a 2-sided die, but just rolling die. An arrow points to the number that applies to your character. Monsters with high numbers are much harder to kill than those with low numbers. Well, duh. And whenever it's your time to fight, you have to defeat monster. They give you an example. If the monster you defeat is a 13, they can only be killed by a player that has a magical sword, if we get that far. If you attack a monster and don't defeat it, the monster will attack you, and you can be missed, stunned, light wound, serious wound. How does it show to attack, though? It doesn't give the command to attack. I wonder if it's you're just rolling dice. I think that's all it is. And then we also have some traps in here, and the treasures. After you defeat monsters or find treasures, you have gold that you're going to pick up. I believe they call it gold. And then we have the secret door maps, magical swords. There's also other treasures besides just the money in there. And it explains how to cast spells and win the game. The winner is the first player to return to the start on level 1 with enough treasure for their adventurer to win. And it shows how much gold each one needs. The elfin hero only needs 10,000, superhero needs 20,000, and wizard needs 30. So when you're playing, you need to know how much treasure or money or gold you need, and then you go back to the level 1, and then you win the game. All right, it's time to play Dungeon by TR Hobbies at the beginning of July 1982. Yes, this is before we've seen the SSI gold box. It hasn't come out yet. And this one I'm going to need to fast forward. It is a little bit longer to load when the game comes in, so we're not giving you the perfect experience from 1982. Let's go. Nice dragon effects. No sound, though. Don't adjust your audio. The dragon is breathing fire on mute. All right, so we're ready to go. Hitting spacebar to begin Dungeon, the computer game. We even got the dragon winking at us. Nice touch. Okay, it said, please wait, now press any key, and then please wait again. Okay, we'll just wait some more. I'm going to go ahead and speed us up. Going 600% faster. And there we go. And we're going to have to load again whenever it actually creates the level. For this time, I'm going to go with a 4-player game. And player 1 will be me. We'll do Chrono as player 1. Chrono is going to be the hero of the story. Player 2, I'll be the last person in chat, which was Ernest. Ernest will be the wizard. I see your picture. I mean, we got to make you a wizard, Ernest. And the next person in chat was Errol. And Errol will be our elf. And the last person that we had in chat was Curtis. Will be the superhero. There we go. Got our 4 players. It shows you how much gold you need to win right there. Ernest, you're a wizard. You get to choose your 12 spells. How many fireballs do you want? We'll say 4 fireballs, 5 lightning bolts, and then 3 teleport spells left. But that's all you get. 3 spells to play. And now we're going to wait again. I'm sure it's going to load our map. And I thought because of the long load time, it was making a random map. But no, it is not. It's the same map every single time. Same 6 levels. All right, so I'm first. Chrono's up. I have a certain amount of moves. It gives us a really large number of which player it is, and you can move through different rooms. So I'm going to go up, and oh, it warps from one room to the. Let's go up. Can we go up? No, let's go left. Very bizarre that you have to use non-cardinal directions. Let's go up. Most of the time we play role-playing games, I'm using north, south, east, and west. Now let's go right into this room. What's here? Oh, yeah, look at this. Time to fight. Chrono, there's a goblin here. Press any key to attack. The goblin is... I rolled an 11. You defeated the goblin. Press any key. Nice. The picture, look at that. We found a sack of gold worth 500 gold pieces. That battle screen, though, from the behind the view is really, really cool. There's no animation, but just the picture itself is a real treat. All right, so I got gold. I beat my goblin up. That's good to know. And now Ernest is up. Ernest is now, I think that's the periwinkle color. Let's have Ernest go down to the next room and then go to the left over there. So it's being displayed. This is the low-res graphics mode of the Apple II, and you can kind of see square very well. Let's keep going to the left. And interesting, we have a lot. Let's go down here. Do you want to cast a spell? They give you the option. We'll say no for right now. We're going to need one now, though. Oh, there's a goblin in here. Press any key to attack. You rolled a 10 and defeated the goblin. Ernest got the goblin. So as far as fighting goes in this game, it's just pushing any key. There's not even a menu system to select. It's just how powerful you are. It's very similar like we're playing a board game. Yeah, very detailed. Yeah, more detailed, but it doesn't play as well or has as much depth as Wizardry. Oh, Errol's going 5 for this one. Excellent. All right, let's see who's next. Errol's up. Errol is now, I believe that's teal. Kind of hard to tell. Let's go to the right. So they all start in the first chamber on the first floor. I don't see the path that leads you to the next level. Let's go down and then to the right and right. Let's have him go down, down. So let me move. Is my turn up? Okay, yeah, so that's how many moves he got. And then it looks like Curtis is the pink square. Let's have Curtis go down and left, going left, going left. Do we still have moves? We do. Let's go up. And that turn 2 is done. So everyone's done with their turn 1. Now we move on to the next turn. This really feels like a board game. Like it's we're just moving our little pieces around on top. Yeah, the map mode. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, so now we got Chrono. I'm still at the top. Let's go to the left. Let's go down. You can see the square moving over at the top screen left. Left. What happens if I go left again? Can I go off the map? I can. Oh, okay. So this is level 2. I probably shouldn't be going to level 2. Is that the end of my turn? It is. So I guess it's not really dungeon levels. You're not going down lower. You're just moving to another room. Okay, so Ernest is up. Ernest is currently down there at the bottom. Let's have him go left. Oh, you were unable to find a secret door. Okay. Oh, and now his turn's up. Oh, okay, so you didn't get to use the secret door. Let's have Errol go over to the left, too. You can't move in that direction. Oh, Errol's down over there. Let's have Errol go down. And then down to the next screen. Let's see what this is. That is, oh gosh, we brought him into level 4. So the beginning room, level 1, is like a hub, and then you can go to different rooms after that. Which direction for Errol? Let's keep going down. And keep going down. I don't want to go in the room. I think Errol might die. Let's go to the right and see what happens. You found a secret door! Because Errol's the elf. He has a higher percentage. And then his turn's up. You don't get to see the next room. All right, so Curtis is up next. Let's go ahead and head left. He is pink. So let's keep going left. We'll go to level 2. So if you were smart playing the board game, you'd stay around level 1, going to different rooms, fighting monsters to increase your quote-unquote level and then get some gold. Let's keep going left with Curtis. In a way, the graphics kind of remind me of an Apple II game we played called Fracas. Fracas allowed you to have multiple people play like this, but it had a little more depth than this. Okay, so let's move Curtis down. Curtis is the pink one, still moving down, and then his turn is up. So we're done with that one. Yeah, so we're seeing Curtis is going one of the best computer games you could play at the time. Which direction is Chrono going? Let's go left. Let's see if I meet my doom in this room. I'm the blue square at the top. Let's go up into the room. And here we go. This really is so cool. Look at this. We got a ghoul in here. Press any key to attack. Let's roll the dice. I defeated the ghoul. Very nice. All I had to do is push enter, and then I got 1,000 gold pieces. Very cool. Press any key to continue. Nice. Punk Rock Bikers throwing out 4.5, so one of the best computer games you could play at the time. Which direction? Ernest. Okay, so Ernest is down there at the bottom. Let's have him go up. Let's have him stay here a little bit longer. We'll go right. Right. He's the only one left on level 1 right now. I want to try a magic spell next room we go to. So, oh, we can't move in that direction. Go up. And then go right. Is his turn up? His turn is up. Now we're back in level 4 with Errol. Here we go. Let's see if Errol can go down. I'm scared to see what happens. What's Errol going to fight? A werewolf in here. All right, so here goes Errol fighting. Wait, he's the elf. He looks like he's holding a sword and shield. Oh, roll a 5 and missed. Let's see. Werewolf lightly wounds you. You drop a treasure and lose 1 turn and must retreat. Oh, so you just get backed out of the room. That's kind. You don't die, but you're obviously not successful on level 4. Okay, so Curtis is up now. He is the pink one. Let's go ahead and go down. Let's go ahead and go left now into the next room. There you go. The superhero. There's a ghoul in here. Let's see if they attack. Rolled a 4 and defeated a ghoul. Press any key to continue. Very nice. They give you a little bit of stats here. In a way, it's like a very light role-playing game. It's not Wizardry. It's not Ultima. It's not Dungeon Quest, like hardcore role-playing. But it's light enough and fun enough. Very similar to a board game. It's nice. Yeah, 4.5. Yeah, could use more depth, obviously, than all the games we've seen up to this point. That's a quick taste of what it was like to play Dungeon on the Apple II. I'd say, of all the games we've seen up to this point, Dungeon is one of the best computer games you could play at the time. It's up there in the past the 4-star range. So I'm going to go 4.5 stars for Dungeon. It's because the simplicity and the ability to play with multiple people at once, taking turns, it's pretty cool. Very fun. All right, so after Dungeon, let's see what's next. We're here on the Atari home computer, and this is Escape from Vulcan's Isle. Vulcan's Isle is a re-release. This is a game that we saw already on the channel called The Forgotten Island, and it was done by Mark Russell Benioff. This was originally published by Crystalware, so this is the re-release. They kind of fixed up the bugs. It doesn't use the same version of BASIC as The Forgotten Island. Let's take a look at the box for Escape from Vulcan's Isle on our Atari. Yes, published by Automated Simulations. So we went from Crystalware to Automated Simulations, or Epics is the moniker they put on their box. Computer games that thinkers play, except here, it's not a whole lot of thinking you're going to do. Let's flip it over on the back. As usual, Epics has information or story on the left side, and then stats about the game. As navigator and explorer, you will voyage over a great sea en route to the destiny fate has prescribed for you. Swept up in a tropical storm and then shipwrecked, you awake to find yourself on the beach of an uncharted desert island. Somehow you must get off the island. You see the strange sights of Vulcan's Isle in full-color graphics that scroll across the computer screen. This is a pseudo-fantasy graphic adventure game / role-playing game. This game is massive. This is another incredible game that Crystalware first did for us. Yes, no, it does not. It doesn't allow you to do multi-classing. It was only one at a time. So this one has color, graphics, and sound, 10 through adult age, and then 30 minutes to hours of fun. I don't think you can play this in 30 minutes. This is pretty big. You can see it comes with a book of lore and the program inside the box. Besides the box, let's see the other artwork we have for Escape from Vulcan's Isle. There's the ad you would have seen in magazines at the time. Shipwrecked on an uncharted island, you're being attacked by winged demons, threatened by explosive volcano. Maybe they're demons that turn to diamonds. And hunted by flesh-eating monsters. That sounds so much fun. You try to decipher Alsamon's diary and find magical treasures and stay alive, exploring dense jungles, pagan tombs, subterranean caverns. Now this kind of description we've seen before on home computer games, but they don't deliver. This game does. This is a really cool engine that was, I think, made first by John Bell and Mark Russell Benioff originally, and they just keep reusing this engine to make more and more games. This one is the one of the cream of the crops of it. And wait, I think we had more of artwork. Besides that, we also had inside the loading instructions. There's the 5 1/4 floppy disk you would have played at the time, and then another ad. And there's another one we've seen earlier on the channel, King Arthur's Heir. Uses the same engine, but very different game. That's true. We need more clothes to play a role-playing game like this. Let's see what the manual has for Escape from Vulcan's Isle. Yeah, look, what are we wearing? Ripped jean shorts. As an adventurer, you need to wear some more clothes, dude. This is by a team of people. By Automated Simulations Incorporated. Originally, though, main developer is Mark Russell Benioff, and you can see they have different people, Steve Fisher, that were involved as well. Let's go how to play. Look at this. We got some cool artwork in the manual. Love it. Yes. It has the story behind what's happening. You're essentially going to be shipwrecked on an island, and you're supposed to escape or get off the island. Oh yeah, so much to go over as far as lore in the game. Look at this, page after page. And then we want to know how to play. Ever walk a stretch of empty beach when there was no one else around and imagine that you were marooned on an uncharted island? No, I haven't. But now you are in this game. Imagine searching for lost treasures, exploring jungles, pagan tombs, and subterranean caverns. But how are you going to get off the desert island before you starve to death or killed by vicious inhabitants? If you like adventure, intrigue, and danger, first read these instructions and then turn on your computer. It shows you that we're shipwrecked on an uncharted island and being attacked by winged demons hunted by flesh-eating monsters. We plug in our Atari VCS joystick, and the way this game works is it's a top-down game that scrolls around freely. It's not the first time we've seen this, but it's very unique and rare to see this kind of game programmed this way. Yes, I hope it does too. You can attempt to enter the ocean. If you try to enter the ocean, it says you cannot swim. So you explore the island, discovering treasures and certain magical objects, collecting all that you find. You collect them by positioning your figure immediately adjacent to it, and the computer will tell you what you found. Really easy. You just bump it next to it. Treasures are gold pieces. They increase your power and your ability to fight off monsters. And there's some helpful hints for you as well. Your objective is escape from the island before you either starve to death or are slain by one of the inhabitants. Your first objective is stay alive until you find some way to rescue yourself, collecting gold and build your strength and power up. And then your second objective is found Alsamon's diary. Reading it will tell you where to search for the other magical objects to find your way to safety. So you got two different goals. This is a very, very large scope of a video game for 1982. And we've seen this on the other ones. Particular is Fantasyland 2041, and then the King Arthur's Heir. All these games that Crystalware originally did are a huge scope for 1982. That's right. All right, what do you need to avoid? The monsters, the flesh-eating ones. There's Harrises, satyrs, giant medflies, guards, winged demons. Try to avoid them whenever you can. The good news is you can escape with your life and all your power. You've collected up the game. The bad news is you have to retrace your steps in order to get back to the place where the monster caught you. If you choose to fight, follow the computer's instructions. They are self-explanatory. If you fight monsters, it's kind of like rolling the dice. Not the same kind of dice we just played on Dungeon. This is a little different. I'll show you when we get in there. So you have keyboard commands. You have to know A for attack, F for flee, yes is Y, N for no. And then to see your inventory, you press I. If you want to save, you push S. If you want to read the diary when you found it, you push R, and then you have T. T will let you go inside huts to see if you can purchase items. So this has an inventory system that you can equip different things. Well, you automatically buy them and equip them. So it's a very more robust role-playing game, at least compared to the last one we just played. We have attack, flee, inventory, so you need to know all that to play Escape from Vulcan's Isle. Let's pop in and play Escape from Vulcan's Isle by Mark Russell Benioff of Liberty Software, published by Automated Simulations in the beginning of July 1982. Please wait. I think it said there's no escape. That's a little creepy. Oh, and we get the tune. They had some music in front of some of these games. Is that Aloha Hey? From Hawaii? We're gonna go on a vacation. Oh, that's cute. All right, I'm gonna speed us up, fast forward a little bit to the next one, and we're gonna start a new game, push number 1. Okay, we're in. Now, this controls with 8-way directions. You can see I move my little character around the screen, and you're in a top view. I have the dock or my ship where it crashed here. Can I search this? I found 70 gold pieces there. Nice. So the treasure is one that's flashing. All you do is bump up next to it. This one I found 63. Very nice. If I want to do inventory, I just do I. We have 138 gold pieces, our power, our day, and then you can push the red button on your Atari VCS to keep playing. Here's where it gets cool. As soon as I move, this is not fixed screen. Look at this. It is freely scrolling around, and we have a giant island to explore. There's another flashing chest. Let's go check that out. This right here is what sets it apart. This is one of the better releases where it was tested by Automated Simulations, and they spent a little more quality assurance compared to the other ones, compared to Crystalware. If you've seen any of the reviews I've done on Crystalware, a lot of their games are extremely buggy. This one is much better. It's not running on basic revision A of Atari. It's running on the usual OSB or revision B, so it plays a lot better and doesn't have as many crashes or problems. So it looks like we got a cave down there, but we can't get to it yet. But even though the screen is small and your character's small, the scope of this game is very, very large. It is a true large-scale adventure game. You have a huge map to explore, dungeons to explore, items. You have an island that you're lost on, and you got to find your way out. Or, I guess, determine if you want to find the more treasure or just get out of there. And you level up. I want to be able to get to a fight to show you a fight. So we come across a cave area. I want to see if I can work our way down to where that treasure was. So I'm making my way around, and they do tell you when an enemy gets near. The screen will start to flash red. Oh, no, it's still down. They're leading us down a maze already. Here it is. Yep, that's got to be it. And we work our way all the way across. There are very few games. I think only Crystalware and one other company has done or attempted this level of scope to scroll around the top-down view. Right now we need to find clothing, apparently, since the front of the box showed us only in jean shorts. All we found is money. Where we're putting the money, I don't know. All right, let's see what this is. You have found the diary. What? We're already? Wait, if we found the diary, what does it say? R to read it? We found it. That was awesome. Okay, so day 410. It's been over a year since I came to this island to retreat from civilization. I've finally been able to make friends with the natives, and they will be great when I enter their huts. Okay, so this is pretty cool. It's showing, you can read the diary for pages, and it's going to give you hints to play the game. And I don't know if we can get out. Yeah, we can't. That's a dead end. I already knew that. Well, we already found one of the things to accomplish the game already in the beginning. One that's going to help us find the treasures, and if we want to, we can get off the island or stay to find all the treasure. I would definitely want to stay and see what happens, what kind of things we explore and find. Look at the scope of this map. It's drawing in an original map every single time you play. I didn't see on the box what was required memory-wise to play. Are we stuck in the corner? There we go. Gotta squeeze through there. Make our way back up to the top. Out of the cave. It gives an ouch. Does it do ouch when we hit trees? No, you just walk over the trees. Okay, nice. Got another treasure over here. When we last played this one, it was called The Forgotten Island. We were attacked and killed so fast. So they've changed it at least where we get to wander around and explore. Oh, we have a tribe. We push T, right? Yeah, so here we go. It gives you options of what you can buy. An axe, rope, lamp, raft, a first aid kit, and then it shows you how much gold you have. So if you wanted to, we could buy an axe here. And, oh, okay, you can also use the red button on your Atari controller to play. Now, this game is impressive. One of the biggest ones we ever saw that was more impressive, in my opinion, was Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. It has this kind of scope, but the user interface is much, much better. This is slightly simplified, but this is still very rare for games to play at the time. Yeah, this is really impressive. All right, and it even gives you, look at this, they have the name for the Vulcan Isle Village. Very nice touch. This is a title that you could play for months and months. It's a really fun game to go and explore an island like this in 1982, and it's one that's difficult to do here on the live show, because there's so much you can show and play in this. So Escape from Vulcan's Isle, of all the games you could play on all the home computers at the time, this one, of all the Crystalware releases, I didn't rate them as high because they're buggy and crashed. This one, though, is much more polished. This is one of the best games you could play at the time. That's true. The character set's pretty bad, but I did have artifacting turned on, so you could see kind of what it would be like on the screen at the time. It is true. A little difficult to read the font. But as far as gameplay goes, being able to play something this impressive, it's up there. The last one we had played by Crystalware, it was down here like 3.5 stars. This one's still exceptional. I'm going to go, as one of the best games you could play at the time, we're going to go 4.5 stars for Escape from Vulcan's Isle. Of all the games you can play, this is one of the best. So much fun. All right, it's time to put our video game playing on pause. Mash that break key. Tune in next episode for some more home computer releases, including the latest by Silas Warner of Muse Software, and a video game with a frog that's not Frogger. That's it for today, and like I always say, be sure to copy that floppy. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are Perpetually Retro, and we will catch you next time.